Hi everyone, Joe Gentili from Left Tail Risk Advisors. So in this video, I want to discuss how Left Tail and myself, we are particularly well suited to collaborate as part of a team with trust and estates attorneys, financial advisors, wealth advisors, CPAs, and other types of planning professionals. And frankly, I think we're pretty unique in certain characteristics that we have. So first, if you know me and you know my partner, you know that we've been practicing law for over 20 years. We've had a successful practice that's spanned a lot of different areas. We've done securities class actions. We've represented people in immigration investment matters, mostly around EB-5. We've litigated a lot of issues around life insurance. We have, I guess, a worldview of being a professional that is shaped by that. And so, coming from this deep background as attorneys, we primarily come to issues as problem solvers, and we're coming to this with a real sense of obligation to the clients to provide the best solutions possible for them. This contrasts, I think, with a lot of other um, insurance brokers and insurance agents where they're primarily coming from a sales background. And that doesn't mean that they're pushing bad solutions or that they're acting in their own self-interest, but it does mean that they are coming from a different baseline culture with how to interact with clients and just how to almost by second nature view a situation. Do you view it as an opportunity to solve a problem, or do you view it as an opportunity to sell a product? And I think that's very different. Also, because we have this broad legal background, and because we've spent so much time in immigration and in the securities and investment world and in the insurance world and dealing with the trust and estates world, we have a certain fluency of being able to deal with professionals in that area that insurance agents typically will not have. There's just a certain shorthand and a certain amount of understanding and efficiency that we have as an attorney when we're dealing with other attorneys, for instance. I'm not a trust and estates attorney. I couldn't fill the role of that person, but I understand basically what they're doing, and we do speak the same language. And it could say the same thing for investment professionals. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not seeking to step into their shoes, nor could I, but I've spent a long time litigating investment cases and securities cases. I was Series 7 licensed at one point. I was an approved FINRA arbitrator. So there's familiarity with that world that we have that's just really hard to come by for somebody who has purely an insurance background. But then also, not only can we get along well with everybody and we speak their language, and I think that's going to encourage um, better ideas coming out and more efficiency because there's not as much time that has to be spent explaining. So we could work really well as part of a team in that respect. We're also there in a very narrow capacity. We want to be brought in a narrow capacity. We are not holistic financial planners. We're not trust and estates attorneys. We're not CPAs. We're not seeking to um, take over those roles or have the primary role with the client. We're really seeking to help solve that narrow problem with regards to insurance, namely life insurance, long-term care, and disability. So there's very clear role that we're looking to play, and it's narrow. So there's not really, I think, of a concern, or there shouldn't be a concern about us overstepping in that regard. And finally, we have a really deep level of knowledge with life insurance in particular. So I have a CLU, so it's a chartered life underwriter, which, as far as I know, is the highest designation that there is with life insurance. I've spent thousands of hours on examining life insurance policies, examining the industry, the case law around the industry, as part of us representing policyholders in some of the largest litigations that have happened in the life insurance industry. That, as far as I know, is unique. I don't think there is another person that has spent that amount of time litigating life insurance cases that is also an advisor or a broker for life insurance. So when you're working with us, when you're bringing us in, you're bringing in people that really have very a very visceral understanding of the stakes at play, because I've been involved with numerous people for which the life insurance planning went badly, and I could see the catastrophic impact that it's had on their planning and in some cases on their life. And so we are very, very aware of the responsibility involved in helping somebody with structuring their life insurance and selecting life insurance. And we take that really, really seriously. So we have a lot of experience from the point of view as an attorney. I have a lot of experience from the point of view of formal education with life insurance. And also, it's probably odd, but I'm really genuinely interested in life insurance, and I spend a lot of my free time reading up on the topic. And any time I get a chance for self-education on it, I take it. So the knowledge base that I have is continually updated and continually growing, because it's an area that, just aside from doing this for a living, even if I never got paid for it, it genuinely interests me. So it's something that I spend a lot of time learning on. So I think that's why, if you look at all these things holistically and together, why we really are great to, if you're looking to have a life insurance person as part of your team to bring in when there's potentially a life insurance solution that could be implemented, or there's already life insurance policies in place that need to be examined just to see exactly what they are. I think we could be a great resource in that. And in many respects, I think we could be a unique resource. So, as always, if you have any questions or you just want to talk, I encourage you to reach out and subscribe for future videos. Thanks. Hope you have a great day. Bye.